Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today. This is Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my weekly show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. Welcome to the program. This is a show related to the interest of relationships, romantic, or possibly just close emotional ones. And we do that by reading several cards from the deck, The Final Rose, which is exclusively about romance for the most part, but could indicate or apply to strong relationships. So we're going to get going. Just one moment. I read for the elemental signs of the zodiac, so I read for air signs, fire signs, water signs, and earth signs. And then I also throw one additional card for each sign of the zodiac when I'm in that elemental area for them. And for that I use a different deck, the Egipicios Kier, probably not saying that right. And it's a unique tarot because all of the arcana are numbered from 1 through 78. So you do get the same major arcana 1 through 22, but after that there are the other 50-some words on each card that I kind of use as a keyword or word of the week for the signs of the zodiac. However, with the regular reading, I do read for 3 positions, basically what brings you emotional happiness this week, what is the emotional challenge or surprise this week, and then what may be of emotional or concern to those around you, those closest to you. All right, so I'm just about ready. Want to shuffle those up real good. Okay. So the first reading is for the air signs. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What brings you emotional happiness this week? And it's the reversed 10 of Wands or 10 of Roses in this deck. That's the release of emotional burdens this time. That's the idea maybe that what may have caused sadness recently for the air signs has been released, or this burden has been lifted somehow. It may be that there was emotional weight or gravity that was just really needing to be expressed out of your life, worn out relationships, or maybe it was about arguments that had some certain stake in them now finally being resolved in the best ways for everyone. Certainly hope so. So then what will be emotionally surprising this week? And it's the 9 of Wands, and I think it's reversed too. I'm feeling the energy that pulls me towards that interpretation. So I'm going to say that this suggests that emotionally you may feel you are really done with a certain situation, and maybe it's related to the burdens that may have lifted. So it seems to me like you have felt whatever the situation was, you've done as much as you can to help emotionally and perhaps otherwise. And so you have decided to kind of be done with that. And so the challenge or the surprise is because this probably was important, but it really has moved to its conclusion. So then finally, what is of emotional concern or happening to those you care about, your loved ones of varying degrees? And it's the 2 of Swords reversed. Two of Swords reversed. I think some of the people around you maybe are finding themselves in a holding pattern of sorts, or they're not sure of how they can actually engage. It's maybe talking about the idea 2-on-1, it says here in the card, the kangaroos boxing. So I'm wondering if maybe those around you feel they are not exactly able to engage right now. Perhaps it's with you, but it may seem that although matters are resolving for you, maybe they're really not for those around you. And I get the feeling there is definitely, a continuum between those three cards. So now, as mentioned before, I'm going to pull one card each for each sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and I'm using that Egipicios Kier. So I'm going to do that real quickly here for you all before I move on to the fire signs. And these I will always read upright because of the word. I think I can do that no matter how they actually turn up. But as always, whether you believe it or not, this is kind of about, my own intuition and sense of that in this whole matter. Okay, so then we are pulling the card first for Gemini, their word of the week. And the word of the week is hostility. So for Geminis, there seems to be some negative vibrations, some anger going on around you emotionally. I'm wondering how it relates to the other things I mentioned. I could kind of see a scenario or two where it does. So take care to handle your temper or to handle hostile measures against you. Now Libra gets premeditation. That light's a little bright. It's kind of blurring the words out there. I don't think I can change it real quick or not. Anyway, premeditation. So I think for Libras, this is a good card, of course, because it kind of rings true in a way. I think it's saying really that wherever we're going with this emotional situation of letting some situation drift away or be over with, we have probably thought about all of those possible ramifications of those deeds. What are the consequences? And then finally with Aquarius, I like this. I saw you recently on Moon Night, Hoppy. It's initiation, and I think Aquarians are going to use whatever's going on here as a way to kind of bring themselves to a new level, a new awareness, whether that applies most likely to their emotional life, I think. So let's hope that works out for you. But I think that maybe going through the understanding here sort of brings a revelation that basically evolves you. So that's kind of nice for Aquarius and the air signs. So now we're going to move on to the fire signs. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This one's for you. As my partner Banshee would say, paraphrasing, let's hope your emotional life heats up in a most positive way. All right. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This one's for you. And it's the Eight of Roses. That's the Eight of Wands. So it looks like there's a lot of activity or a direction towards something, maybe a movement of romance. And it says leap of faith. So I think this is a good sign. I think that for the fire signs, they're sort of feeling like the charge of the energy of summer, perhaps. We're moving into the height of summer really here in late July. And so maybe ideas are becoming more direct about what we want to do in our emotions, especially if this is about romance. It could pertain to other friendships too. Maybe this is just about activity. Maybe we're just looking at ways of getting it all together, going ahead with summer plans with our friends or our loved ones. So now then we want to look at the emotional surprises or challenges, and it's death. The end, it says. I guess this would be saying that for the fire signs, there's a challenge here. There's a surprise, maybe something emotionally strong and relevant and important is changing form. Maybe there's a complete end with a new beginning. That's the usual idea behind death. But at any rate, it just really looks like there is a great change that comes as a surprise with a challenge to you, and it involves something going on romantically or in your strong emotional life. And then finally, what is of concern to those around you? And it's the reversed Empress. It's called the Bachelorette. And I think she's reversed because I think this is saying that somebody around you feels alone or feels like they need to reach out or have others reach out to them. I'm wondering if this is just more romance related or just incredibly strong friendship. And of course, I realize a number of people may be polyamorous and have more than one relationship that rates as more or less a primary relationship. So this could be saying concerns like that, where maybe there are people who feel they need to know they feel cared for, they feel loved, they feel respected, they feel understood, they feel embraced by you. That's what I'm going to say. So now, of course, I want to go to the fire signs individually and give them a word of the week. Back to the Egipicios Kier. Let's see what we can find there for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I like to give them a good shuffle in between the various quadrants. All right, so the word of the week for Aries is the moon. And I think that means that Aries, this is a good sign for romance, but maybe more generally speaking, this is probably talking about you finding out something about romance. And it's probably favorable, it's upright. It doesn't look like somebody's trying to hide something from you. So maybe Moons itself rules the emotions. Maybe you're going to find out something that really is important to you one way or the other about your relationship or maybe other relationships. Leo, generosity. You know, I've known a number of Leos and they can be very generous people, and then sometimes they can't. But that's everybody in a way too. But I think Leos are kind of known for that. And so I'm thinking this extends to Leos now. This is a time for you to show your true feelings by putting it in more than just words with those you love or care about. Show some generosity this week. And then finally, Sagittarians. Sagittarians have a little bit rougher than everybody. They have testimony. And I believe testimony would be saying, really, Sagittarians, maybe they will be called upon to really explain or express what their actual emotional feelings are about certain people or situations. Maybe this is about declaring your love in a very serious situation where maybe it can't necessarily be counted upon for somebody to know these are your feelings. So that's quite interesting. But now we're going to move on to the water signs. And water signs are, of course, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this one's going to be for you. Let's move away the fire cards and focus on the watery abyss where a lot of emotionality does in fact lie. All right. Once again, trying to make sure I do a really good shuffle. Water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What brings emotional happiness this week? And it's the Page of Wands, the free spirit. Means a lot of other things too. Maybe this is saying you are receiving a message from something that makes you feel like that totally free spirit, somebody that invigorates you in a very fresh way. Maybe this is a declaration of love or extreme care. Maybe this is just about plans to do something you've always wanted to do this summer, this fall, whenever that is. But you are feeling a strong, strong feeling of love for something coming to you. What will be the surprise? What will be the challenge? I'm wondering if the water signs are going to begin new relationships or begin new aspects to relationships. It says first date, and it's the Ace of Rings, the Ace of Pentacles. Of course, it could be saying that the surprise might be whatever it is you really love, you want to experience, may bring a new level of economy or may cost more to do that vacation, that ring for a marriage or a relationship. Just going to say that maybe the surprise is that you may love doing it, but this is going to be somehow important economically too, in a way, something to do with that. So then finally, what is of concern to those around you that you care about the most? Hello there, my friend. My cat has just jumped up on the table. Not quite visible. That's good. Okay, so the concern would seem to be the reversed emperor, the host, it says. And the idea there that I'm getting relates to the idea that maybe something really different or unusual, unconventional, unconforming has happened to someone around you. It may be seriously emotionally related. Maybe somebody has a strong thing to tell you that you would never quite expect, that really changes everything you thought about them, for good or for bad. I'm not sure. I mean, I could relate this to a number of things. You know, people come out of the closet, people reveal they're trans, all kinds of things. And those are very much emotional, sexually in the realm here of the emotional exchanges. So it could be something like that. So pay attention to those you care about, water signs, because maybe there's something really important going on that you had never suspected, and now you're going to have to need to know more about that and maybe show where, you know, your supportive friendship and emotionality lies with these friends, these people. So let's quickly do the words of the week for our water sign friends. back to the Egipicios Kier Tarot and its unusual Egyptian 78 Arcana. And first up, it's Cancer. Cancer's word of the week, uncertainty. That always fits with you guys. But all kidding aside, emotionally speaking, Cancer may feel there are some decisions to make. There's uncertainty about where you're at with somebody emotionally. This could be unrelated to this. I sort of feel that way. This is probably about something else that's going on emotionally in your life. So I would say this is a caution really to check it out carefully, because you may have to find out more and be more involved in it. Now going to Scorpios, oh my goodness, we already had this card. Oh well, I'm a Scorpio, so I'll just say it's probably true. Hostility. Scorpios, please be careful with your emotions. Maybe what's going on emotionally is provoking hostile reactions either within yourself, or maybe you're the one doing the provoking. You need to get a handle on that. You know, my mom always said you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Just gonna say that. And then finally, the Pisces, and your card is duplicity. Pisces, you are a double side in a way. You have those opposite swimming propensities. So be careful with that. There's only so much you can try to be for everyone in different ways before it comes back on you and people realize, oh, you told so-and-so that. Oh, you did this with so-and-so, and you didn't tell me, or you told me the opposite. So being duplicit can be a bad thing. I'm not just saying this just to be mean to Pisces. I think it's good for everybody to more or less be honest. And thank you, Kitty. You're scratching yourself, so you're shaking the camera here that shows my face. But at any rate, that's what I had for the water signs. So now we're going to move on to the earth signs to wrap it all up. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. How's it going this week? Don't bury your heart, earth signs. Build upon a structure. The reassuring rose, the Four of Swords. It could just be saying it's time to take a rest from all this. But I'm not adding that to the reading. I'm just throwing it. It did fall. And you know, Banshee often believes that in the way of cards, what falls to the floor comes to the door. Okay, earth signs. Here we are. What brings you emotional happiness this week? And it says the devil, the villain, the devil made you do it. This could be just saying there's really something really, you know, as befits your own personality and situation, a bit of a walk on the wild side. Maybe we're giving into some more central things here, but there's always that idea of obsession with the devil. And it may be saying that although we're really involved in our sexuality, our sensuality, there may be this sense of a despotism going on here, because maybe it isn't really relieving what's going on. And so for the earth signs, I would just say that, and you know, of course, the devil does sort of sit in as a analog for Capricorn, or it has an astrological relationship with Capricorn. This could just be saying, watch any propensities to be overly emotional. Maybe this is really more about grounding yourself in the actual physical qualities of love and being less concerned with the emotional, or maybe saying this will resolve this week and that you may feel satisfied in some ways, but not satisfied with actual emotional quality. Oh, I spent a lot of time on that, but that was serious to me. So then, what is the challenge or surprise? It's the Five of Cups. It says self-elimination. That's because of the game show. But the Five of Cups maybe is saying our challenge is to realize that despite whatever may be going on and how that may influence things, we're always going to really still have what we want emotionally, even when we don't always recognize it. The people who will love us through thick and thin, lovers, spouses, parents, children, anyone else that matters, they're still going to be there. They may not necessarily be able to help us with something that's currently going on, but that's what remains, is that emotional supportive background. And then finally, what will be of concern to those you care about, the situations going on with your loved ones or your friends, your family, whoever. And it's the Emperor, the Bachelor, it says. Well, it could be that somewhere in your sphere there is a need for people to feel in control of what's going on in their emotional lives, to be in control of their homes, their relationships, whatever is foundational to those kind of situations. So you may find maybe that somebody will be asking for your support, asking for your opinion on their relationship or their relationship with you, things like that. All right, so now we are on to the Egipicios Kier to take a look at a word of the week for each of those earth signs. A word for Capricorn, a word for Virgo, and a word for Aries. I'm sorry, Taurus. Now, why did I do that? I don't know. Taurus, we will do you first then. What is the word of the week for you? Taurus, domesticity. Somebody got that last week. Domesticity, that's a really cool card for Tauruses because I think it really expresses a lot of what they're about. They're like, they just want to Netflix and chill. That's it. You know, drink a bottle of wine or eat some chocolates. This is the week, I think, that despite this really maybe kinky stuff going on, and then maybe those who are worried about you, you really just want to sort of be a homebody, just sort of take a long bath or read some books or cuddle with your special loved one. Why not? So then Virgo, there's our Scorpion friend, but it's not a Scorpion card necessarily. Somebody got this last week too, I think. The unexpected. 2 and 7 is 9. Getting some vibes here for Virgos. Virgos, maybe you're always trying to be in control of everything, and possibly, especially, your romantic or emotional or friendship life, your social life. But something is there to maybe say, not so fast. Maybe something is telling you, Virgo, that you should be prepared for things to not exactly be controllable or in your hands properly, securely. And then finally, Capricorn. Wow, Capricorn, you have transformation. It's Major Arcana 21. So I believe that would be the World, or maybe it's Judgment. It's probably Judgment. This is a very cool card here. Capricorns, you kind of hit the jackpot. I think this is saying wherever you are emotionally, you have a really strong way of changing, channeling, altering what's going on. You may actually really find that you're doing the unexpected. I don't know, it just sort of feels quite momentous for Capricorn. So what could I really say? Very cool. So, and I have a bit of Capricorn in my chart, so maybe I'll get a little bit of that glow there from transformation. Oh, and transformation is part of Scorpio's wheelhouse too, so to speak. Yay me. Anyways, that's what I had for the emotional exchanges this week. I'm really glad you were able to join me. Don't forget to watch our other programming. We're going to be live tomorrow for happy hour at 10 a.m. Get a positive message from Spirit or something that you believe in, whatever that is. Sunday is Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. So she does for Material Matters what I do for emotional exchanges. So check that out. It's a pre-recorded show, but she is live in the chat room along with me and our fun tarot tribe who often drops in to drink coffee and chat about the reading. And then, of course, we are live on Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m., and that takes us through the weekends. So thanks for watching TFT. If you're not a subscriber, please help us by growing. We're almost at 400, and we're moving quickly now towards our 4th year, or the beginning of our 4th year, of live streaming, which was right around August 4th. So we couldn't do it without your support. We're on Instagram now. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. We have daily cards. We have our own website that we do sell readings for. We will never charge for readings in the manner we're doing here, nor will we ever solicit readings through DMs or other parts of social media. But you can get a reading, and we have good bargain readings at our website, TFT Tarot for Today, one word, TFTtarotfortoday.com. So thanks again, everybody, for coming to the program, and I hope we see you again next time. Bye.